Israel is the most senior country who has violated the highest number of UN resolutions. Israel has always breached, even before 1701, since its creation, has continuously breached our land, our airspace, our sea borders. They have always attacked and threatened Lebanon. Unfortunately, and ironically enough, you hear of US officials who say, we cannot control Netanyahu. You can, if you want, you can. Netanyahu is a war criminal. We are facing a fierce campaign, a relentless campaign to tarnish our reputation, a campaign that is, of course, waged by Israel and its agents against us. It's well-funded. Maybe I'm aware of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars spent to tarnish the reputation of us. By us, I mean the Lebanese, the Palestinian, the Arab, all the people who Israel thinks that, the people that are against Israel. This campaign, as I say, is well-funded, is manipulated by an army, a digital army, that is operating to spread misinformation, fabricated news, and false propaganda. But thankfully, the Indian media, the Indian mainstream media that you represent here, has demonstrated prudence and seriousness, professionalism. So this is what we count on. We count on your sense of professionalism, on the genuine journalism that you uphold, the standards of the real journalism that you uphold dearly. This is our weapon here. We only have the truth along our side. We don't have, maybe we might not have the funds, the resources, the technology that they have, that they are using, but we have something much more powerful, the truth. And as history has shown time and time again, that truth has always a way to emerge victorious. I'm not here today to ask you to take sides, to take our side. I'm not asking to take our side. I'm not asking also to represent one-dimensional narrative, not our narrative. But my only request to you is to verify what you hear and read. This is very important. Of course you know this. I'm not preaching you. But my request is to always verify what you hear and read. Because, like I said, the campaign, the fierce campaign, the propaganda, the false news that are spreaded are immense and are very, very sinister. Investigate the history. Read about the history. Read about our region. If you read the history, you will know why we are here. Read the history of the region from the creation of Israel. I mean, how did you ask yourself how all this started? It started with the creation of Israel. And we admit that the Jews have been subject to horrendous crimes and pogroms and Holocaust. But ask yourself, on the hands of whom? On the hands of where? Among us, among the Arab, in the Arab region? It happened in Europe and on the hands of Europeans. So they are European Jews. They were killed and massacred by European Christians. This is how it happened. And if the Europeans wanted to atone for their sins or to correct their mistakes, it should not be at the expense of another people, at the expense of someone who, on the contrary, who helped the Jews at that time when they were suffering the Holocaust. If you read and if you know this history, this is fact. I'm not fabricating, I'm not creating anything new that you don't know, but I'm highlighting facts that when you read this history, when you know how Israel was created by a United Nations resolution in 1947-48, since then the region has not been at peace at all. Because this mindset of expansionism of Israel, of bloodshed, of occupation, has led us to this point, unfortunately. October the 7th what the events of October the 7th did not start on that specific date. It started 70 years before that, 75 years before October 7th, 2023. It started, like I said, with the continuous occupation, with the continuous threat to the neighbors, with bloodsheds. Israel has never, you know that Israel might be the only country in the world that doesn't have definite borders, because they're not satisfied with their borders country. They want to expand, to come to the dream of greater Israel. Look, we are in 21st century. We are living in the 21st century, the era of artificial intelligence. And then those people or the government, they believe, or the society as a whole, they believe in myths and twisted doctrine, religious doctrine, since 2,000 years ago and even 3,000 years ago, that the chosen people, the promised land, these are all false, all falsehoods that we should be aware of and we should fight. These are the ideology. This is sinister. This is the ideology that led us to the war. It's not the people who fight for their freedom, who fight for their land. This is not true. They tried, this is the campaign I'm talking about. They tried to, I'm sorry. They tried to prescribe that every freedom fighter or the Palestinian people are terrorists because they are fighting. They are not fighting just for the love of the fight. You know that even the people who attacked on October 7th, 2023, they attacked on their occupied land. 70%, I think 70 to 80% of Gazan population are people who are displaced from occupied territories. So when they attack on their land, they attack their home, they attack the people, the settlers who occupied their lands. And by the way, there is no unarmed settler. All settlers are armed. I'm not saying that they are a legitimate target, but I mean, this also false news that they are peaceful people, they are living in peace. No, they are not. They occupied the land of these people, and they drove them out of their land, of their homes. So, and they humiliate them every day. They were living in hell. And you know, of course, this statement that's always said about Gaza, that they live in an open prison, the biggest open prison in the world. And it's true. For 17 years, even if I want to get some matchbox to Gaza, you cannot enter it until you get the permission of the Israeli authorities. And I come here to Lebanon. Since the creation of Israel, we have suffered 6 or 7 major wars from Israel. And what for? No, it's not that we provoke Israel. It's the other way around totally. Israel, since its occupation, like I said, they didn't recognize their borders. They wanted more. They wanted the land of Lebanon and the water of Lebanon. You know, Lebanon is rich with rivers and water. So this mindset of expansionism has driven Israel to occupy. They occupy all their neighbor lands. You know, in Syria they occupy the Golan Heights. In Egypt, the Sinai Peninsula. In Lebanon, the southern part of Lebanon. Jordan, the West Bank. Palestine, the Gaza. So they didn't leave any land around them, but they attack it and they occupy and they express their aggression against it. So when you do this, when you investigate history, when you know these basic facts, then you come to answer this proper question that's always in your mind: who is the aggressor and who is the occupied? Who is the terrorist and who is the freedom fighter? Because this question is always there: the terrorist is a terrorist or a freedom fighter? I think occupation is terrorism, and resisting occupation is fighting for your freedom.